Welcome to Big Cypress National Preserve, a vast, wild, and often overlooked treasure in South Florida. Located just north of the Everglades National Park, this unique preserve is home to swamps, cypress domes, rare orchids, and some of the most incredible wildlife in the Southeast. From scenic drives through Gator Country to boardwalks where you might just spot a panther if you're lucky, Big Cypress offers a quieter, more rugged kind of adventure. In this video, we're going to take you on a journey through the preserve's must-see spots, hidden gems, and unforgettable landscapes. Join us as we explore one of Florida's wildest frontiers. Big Cypress is located just north of the Everglades National Park and spans over 700,000 acres of swampy wilderness in South Florida. It was created as a national preserve in 1974 to protect the freshwater flow from Big Cypress down to the Everglades and 10,000 islands. Big Cypress National Preserve plays a vital role in the region's water flow and ecosystem. It was the first national preserve ever established in the U.S., created to protect both the natural environment and the traditional uses of the land like hunting, fishing, and off-road recreation. The preserve is home to an incredible range of wildlife, including alligators, black bears, wading birds, and the elusive Florida panther. Its landscapes is dominated by cypress domes, wet prairies, pinelands, and mangroves, making it a biodiverse transition zone between temperate and tropical ecosystems. We got an early start to our day and began our trip by driving towards the very popular Scenic Loop Drive. But first, we had to make a stop at the post office. But this is not just any post office. This is the smallest post office in the United States. This building was originally an irrigation pipe shed for a tomato farm. But after a fire burned down the original post office in 1953, this one was hurriedly pressed into service and has been in continuous use ever since. This post office is still in use. You can buy postcards for $1 for domestic or $2 for international shipping. Tourists and stamp collectors from all over the world seek out this post office for its famed Okeechobee postmark. Probably one of the most popular things to do in Big Cypress is to drive the Scenic Loop Road to explore some of the more remote areas of the natural preserve. While the park and main roads are beautiful, the Scenic Loop Road takes you deep into the heart of the preserve, far from the traffic and noise. It's a 24-mile gravel and dirt road that winds through cypress swamps, hammocks, and sawgrass prairies. We started on the eastern side, starting at 40 Mile Bend, named after the bend in the Tamiami Trail, which is about 40 miles from Miami. Lots and lots of houses. The first couple of miles of the road are still residential and home to several members of the Miccosukee tribe of Indians of Florida. People have inhabited this region for over 2,000 years, and the very first to do so were the Native Indians. Yeah, it looks like we just passed up all the houses, so this might be where the scenic drive starts.
Alligator safety.
Alligator safety. Yeah.
Don't feed or harass alligators.
Wow, look at this. This is awesome. Yeah, so we have a lot of cypress trees over here, but since we're here during the dry season, it doesn't look like a lot of water in these areas just yet. They all look very dry. It does look like something in the road.
Birds.
Is it birds? Look at these silly birds.
Wait, stop right here. We're gonna mug you. So hold up. Vultures.
Oh, vultures.
Here's mine. You can't see it. Nope. I'm gonna block it with my wings. Get out of here, vultures. Get out of here.
Ooh, look at the truck.
Oh, you wanna stop here?
Yeah, sure. I mean, looks like we're the only ones here.
Gator.
Not feed the rednecks. Okay. It looks like some people live out here.
Bigfoot area.
That's funny. We later found out that this 1.5-mile stretch of road is all that remains of the town of Pinecrest. It is here that some say Al Capone had a home, hotel, and brothel. The town of Pinecrest once had a population of nearly 400 at its peak in the 1930s. Just past Pinecrest is the Tree Snail Hammock Trail and an education center here that is run by the Everglades National Park for educational groups with reservations. There's also a map of Big Cypress here where you can get some park information. We decided to stretch our legs and do the Tree Snail Hammock, which is a short 0.3-mile trail through the hardwood hammock. As we learned during our time in the Everglades, a hammock is an island of trees in the middle of the Everglades river of grass. This trail is known for the endemic tree snails that can be found here. Although we didn't see any during our visit, if you come here during the wet season, they should be easier to find. Big Cypress is also prime panther country. Nearly half of the remaining Florida panthers make their home here in Big Cypress. However, they are so rare that very few people ever get a chance to see them out in the wild. I don't think a panther will answer to that, baby.
Have you tried? Do you know?
Yeah, you think panthers in there? Just past the Tree Snail Hammock Trail is where the drive turns into a dirt road. The loop road has a lot of these culver crossings to allow for more natural flow of the water southwards, which is vital for the Everglades. These culvers offer a great opportunity to stop and watch for wildlife. They also provide plenty of great views of the big knee cypress trees, which is what the area is famous for. It's really pretty. Again, during the dry season, no water on the ground. We are visiting in March, so there's a little bit of pros and cons. So pros, weather is beautiful. Not as many bugs, but whenever you're visiting the cypress trees, I'm sure all of this ground is probably covered in water during the wet season in the summer. And this is probably just absolutely gorgeous with the water and the reflections of the cypress trees, but that is a little bit of a give and take. Still a gorgeous sight. I love all the air plants that are growing off of these cypress trees. It's just beautiful. The halfway point of the drive is marked with a big sign. I guess that means we're officially in the middle of nowhere. Each culver stop that we came across was even more beautiful than the one before, and I just love how quiet and peaceful it is here. Further down the road, we came across some deeper cypress strands. These are the areas where elevation drops, so more water is able to pool here even during the dry season. These strands support larger trees, and you can see more cypress knees projecting upwards from the roots. These cypress knees serve to lock together the roots of various trees, forming a single mat, which is much more resilient to hurricane-force winds. Oh yeah, that is definitely a snake skin. That's a big old snake. Has to be around here somewhere. Holy cluster of fish. Gator right there, sunbathing. It's actually a couple of gators here. Near the end of the loop is the Gator Hook Trail. There's also a small picnic area here with some pit toilets and garbage bins. The trail itself is a 5-mile out and back trail, and during the wet season, this would entirely be a wet walk through the swamp. This trail runs east along one of the historic tram roads that was originally built by the loggers using small trains to transport cypress trees out of the swamp. Some of the original cypress logs laid down for the tram rails can still be seen. One thing that we've come to learn about hiking in Florida is that the hiking here is more about the journey than the destination. There's no majestic mountain views or grand vistas here. It's all about being in nature and observing the wildlife. So you shouldn't feel the pressure of fully walking every trail because there's nothing at the end that you can't see elsewhere along the trail. So we ended up hiking about a half mile of the trail before turning around and heading back.
So what would you rank that trail?
We only walked maybe a half mile of it, but that was super cool. I would probably make that a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5? Ooh.
Yeah.
Why'd you get her that ranking?
Yeah, because there's a lot of variety there. So you go through a few different ecosystems, and you first are walking through these cypress trees, and then you go into this prairie, and then you come across the old logs, the old tram logs, and then after that you go across this old limestone. So it's something every few feet that's something different, and I think that that's really cool. So if you're in Big Cypress, it's definitely worth going. After completing the loop road, we made our way over to the Oasis Visitor Center. Here we got our souvenirs, maps, and National Parks passport stamps for our collections. And here you can learn about the fascinating history of gator wrestling from the Seminole tribe in Florida. Tourists would see alligator hunters capturing and tying up alligators. Eventually, it turned into a spectator event to showcase their daring maneuvers. Outside is a nice boardwalk where you can see some enormous gators.
Here's your welcoming committee. Here's the big one.
The Oasis Visitor Center also marks the southern terminus of the Florida National Scenic Trail. The Florida Scenic Trail stretches 1,400 miles across Florida all the way up to Pensacola. These orange blazes along the trail signs help with navigating the trail from end to end. There are a total of 11 national scenic trails that were established by Congress to provide access to spectacular natural beauty and to be able to allow pursuit of healthy and outdoor recreation. This helicopter working danger sign. This is a U helicopter. Be careful. We decided to walk a very short bit of the trail while we were here, just to say that we've done part of it before heading out to our next destination. I walked to the end of the trail.
Good job. It's quite the accomplishment.
Next, we came to the Kirby Storter Roadside Park, but we soon discovered that the boardwalk is closed after only 0.3 miles.
The end of the trail. Oh.
There is no boardwalk after 0.3 miles. Next, we drove over to the H.P. Williams Roadside Park, which offers restrooms, picnic tables, and another boardwalk where you can view alligators. There's a little one coming up towards us. Due to the constant presence of water in this canal, this is the perfect location to see wildlife. We also caught sight of the snake poking its head out of the rocks. Someone nearby said it was a cottonmouth. H.P. Williams Park is also the entrance to another scenic drive. This drive follows Turner River Road, Upper Wagon Wheel Road, and Burden Road, forming a U-shape back to the main road. A series of canals run alongside the road that provides a habitat for wildlife, especially during the dry season when the water is scarce. And it is the bumpiest road. It almost feels like our Jeep is going to fall apart, but we're going slow. So on this scenic drive, you drive right next to this river, which we haven't been able to see too much of because of all of the bushes that are in the way. And every once in a while you get to see like little alligators or white ibis. After our second scenic drive of the day, we made our way over to the Skunk Ape Research Headquarters. The legend of the skunk ape is often synonymous with Sasquatch or Bigfoot. And what better place for the creature to hide than the Florida Everglades? The headquarters also serves as the campground office, gift shop, and a small reptile exhibit, which does cost $10 to see. Inside, you'll see a variety of turtles, snakes, and gators. This was also the home of Goldie, the reticulated python who passed away of old age after living an impressive 30 years. Here in Skunk Ape Country. Oh look! Well, he has to exist. We have a cast of his feet right here. I mean...
That's all the proof I need.
Next, we headed just down the road to the Nathaniel Reed Visitor Center. At this visitor center, you can see informational displays about the history of Big Cypress and the people who lived in the swamp. You can also learn about Gator Nest as well as the legendary Florida Panther number 150, who scientists have tracked all across the park. You can also get some souvenirs and a unique park stamp here. Around the back is another boardwalk next to the water where you can see alligators and mangrove trees. And the park ranger inside said that you can also spot manatees here if you're lucky. Finally, we ended our tour of Big Cypress with a photo in front of the entrance sign located in Carnstown. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for joining us on our adventure through Big Cypress National Preserve. We would love it if you would hit the like button and subscribe if you would like to see more of our national park adventures. Before we go, we want to give a huge shout out to our channel members. Your support means the world to us, and it's because of you that we can continue to create amazing adventures like this one. We're so grateful to have you along on our journey. In our next video, we're going to be continuing our adventure with a day exploring the beautiful Sanibel Island. So whenever it's ready, you'll see the video pop up here. Until then, if you're on your own national park adventure and want to see our other national parks we've visited, check out the playlist that just popped up on the screen. I'll see you there.